What's up, everybody? We have reached the pinnacle of March. We are all the way in the madness. We are here, and this episode is going to talk about it. But how about being the month of March? This is random, but the month of March has a lot of pressure every single year. We ask March to do the unthinkable every single year, and every single year it does exactly that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about all the madness of March, but we're going to have a whole conversation, and it was trending on Twitter. And no, it wasn't for being NBA Youngboy's girlfriend, which she says she's not. And y'all know I like to bring my timeline to the podcast, so we're going to do our Final Four version, and that's of Denzel's, I just say, best movies, hits. We go blow for blow. And I also have a conversation with Angel McCoughtry about our Final Four experiences. Let's get it. Okay, so today is March 30th. That's if you're listening to our podcast on the first day, which you should be. But in case you listen to it late, today is March 30th. And 2 days ago was March 28th, which was my baby Serena Grace's birthday. Now, I'm so excited about this episode, but really listen tomorrow. I have a conversation with Angel McCoughtry, but we literally talk about the moment I saw and the moment I met Serena. It's a wild story. Crazy, just listen to it tomorrow. But Serena Grace. So I want to talk about my wife, which is going to be awkward because now she's listening here because she's also the producer of this show. But I'm talking about my wife because it's the craziest feeling seeing a human that you live with every day have like the talent of singing. You know, like we all think that we can sing because, you know, we get in the shower. I just asked Roy the other day, could he sing? And he's like, yeah, you know, a little bit, whatever. We all can sing a little bit. But Serena can sing a lot of bit. And it's crazy to have a voice like that. And she sings around the house, but she doesn't sing around the house. Like, for instance, if I could sing the way Serena could sing, y'all would be sick of me. Every podcast, I'm singing everything. Like, look, it's our anniversary. I'm singing everything every time. Every time we would play song games all the time. Like, I'm saying for somebody like me. But Serena, in all her humbleness, has this amazing, beautiful voice, and she doesn't abuse it. I'll just say that. However, she does use it because on her birthday, March 28th, there was a Hawks game, and it was Hispanic Heritage Night. And guess who sang the national anthem? You know, that's right. That's my baby. Listen to it a little bit right quick. Just a little bit because she doesn't like when I do that stuff. So sorry, baby, had to do it. Want to show you love. But yeah, so Hispanic Heritage Night. It's ironic because just 4 years ago on Hispanic Heritage Night is when I met my wife, Serena. Again, listen to the conversation with Angel McCoughtry tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. I love you, baby. Happy birthday. Okay, enough with the mushy stuff. On to some sports, and boy, the sports are sporting, and I mean like not even just in March Madness. I'm talking about in the NBA, on the Western Conference, what's going on. I'm gonna get into a little bit of everything right now. So let's start with the NCAA. Shouts to Angel Reese, 32 double-doubles, which sets an SEC record for most double-doubles in a single season. By the way, girl, you were trending on Twitter. A lot of players were trending on Twitter in the women's space, which tells you that people are watching the games, people are enjoying the games. Shouts to Caitlin Clark, a 40-piece nugget triple-double. Ooh, like women are doing things. And I believe, don't get me to lying, that Caitlin Clark is the only human to do it, men or women's side. So just throwing that out there, sports is sporting. And let's flip over to the men's side because last year, if you guys remember, the Final Four was Kansas, Villanova, Duke, and UNC. if that ain't the most blue blood of blue bloods Final Four if I've ever seen one, just for this year, this is how when they say the pendulum or whatever that word is, I don't really know, but they say it always swings. I know that's the part. And it does, because we went from last year's Final Four to this year's Final Four. Florida Atlantic University, FAU, San Diego State University, SDSU, Miami. What? And then UConn, Huskies. I'm just saying there were 37 humans that predicted this outcome. 37 whole humans in the entire nation predicted this outcome. First of all, shouts to you guys. Who does that? Like, how did you do that? How did you, FAU, SDSU, Miami, how did you do that? I mean, I picked UConn to win it all, but that's kind of obvious because I picked them on the men and women's side. By the way, UConn has done that before in 2004 and 2014, won on the men and women's side, but I digress. It's really crazy. I want to keep going on with that because this Final Four doesn't feature a single consensus top 30 recruit. So basically, like, you know, the players that are ranked in the top 30, the highest rated prospects right now, number 37, Donovan Clingan, UConn. Number 47, Samson Johnson, UConn. Number 48, Jordan Hawkins, UConn. Number 50, Andre Jackson, UConn. Number 56, Harlon Beverly, Miami. Like, these are the top recruits that are in the Final Four. There's not even a true freshman in this year's men's Final Four. Talk about madness. This is what I mean by madness. And then let's just go to the NBA because March is still the month for the NBA. So March Madness still continues. Just on the NBA side, teams 4 through 12 in the Western Conference with about 5 to 8 games left, give or take, depending on the team. It could literally, you could slide from either the 4th or 5th place position all the way to 12th if you win a couple games or lose a couple games. Like, think about that. We have never, and I know with the new system of the playing games, this is exactly what the NBA wanted. These last 5 to 8 games in the NBA, players got to play. We saw LeBron return. Players have to play because you have to, anything could happen at this point. We're seeing, you know, a lot of news stories around teams like the Dallas Mavs because Luka's not looking himself and Kyrie's kicking fans out of the stadium and the arena. And it's a lot of energy in the NBA right now during this stretch because if your team's 5 through 12 or 4 through 12, anything could happen. This is why I love sports. Whew. All right, so Final Four is going on. We have a dope conversation I have with Angel McCoughtry. We talk about our senior year playing against each other in the championship game. But in true Final Four fashion, we're going to continue along and play just... Basically, we're doing the Final Fours of topics, and we're going to bounce around to 4 different topics because, 4 for the Final Four. And we're starting with Denzel. Now,
Denzel.
Yes. I was like, a topic I actually could talk about.
I saw this was actually going around Twitter. People were talking about Denzel.
It's definitely going around.
I hope my
Twitter.
name do that to women one day. We just read Juju. Oh, Juju.
To that point, everybody be asking who is Juju at the Atlanta Dream game. So who is that?
Man,
This is a fact. This is a fact.
I have witnessed it. I've been to a couple. I've witnessed the stairs.
Them little homeboys.
So y'all finished? Y'all done? Back to Denzel? Okay. So back to Denzel Washington. You're right, babe. There was a lot of conversations going on online where people were basically, when you start to think about how many movies Denzel has done, he's done so many that people are arguing about what his top 4 movies are. So I thought that would be interesting because obviously it's opinion based when somebody like Denzel acts in movies. Clearly it touches people, but we're going to pick our Final 4 of Denzel movies because I just think that, like, it's crazy that it's hard to narrow. Like, think about how good you got to be to narrow it down. So I'll just get it popping with mine. My Final 4 of Denzel movies are...
Let's do one at a time, man. Everybody
I like that, Juju.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, I like that. All right, so I'm going to pick my number 1 draft, my number 1 seed.
Oh, yeah,
my number 1 seed for Denzel movies, all right? I'm going with Training Day.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay,
That's a good one.
I just
That's a
feel
good one.
like
for that
people
one.
quote it all the time. I see the memes still flying around on a normal
Yes.
basis. So not only was it an amazing movie when it came out, I know why Denzel had to be crooked before he took it. I understand
Right.
that too, but the movie is so good. It's still relevant to this day. I'm going with Training Day, number 1 seed. What
Okay.
y'all got?
Snuck.
You asking for my number 1 seed? Well, let me just comment on that. Training Day, it did show him in another light, but he still had that charisma regardless. Even if he was bad, he still had charisma. So anyway, I'll go into mine.
Yes.
Charisma.
One of my favorites is not Training Day, Man on Fire. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Man on
yes.
Fire. That was a good one. Yes.
Man on Fire.
That's the one with Dakota Fanning?
Yes.
Yeah, she was swimming in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was good. I like that one.
Cole, who you got?
Malcolm X.
Oh.
Gosh,
You
Malcolm
already
X.
know.
Malcolm X.
Charisma.
Yes.
God,
charisma.
sheesh. Yes,
He's
that was my
dripping
number
it.
one.
He just drips it.
Well, Cole and I got the same number 1 pick because that was my number 1 pick.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. Yes, sis.
Okay. So my runner-up, my second round, or my number 2 pick. Shoot. Okay, I'm a big Spike Lee fan, so I gotta go with He Got Game.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good. What?
I love Spike Lee. That's my favorite.
Okay, so
Nice.
Juju, what you got?
That backfired because I was finna say that. So, so now I think I'm gonna go with Mo Better Blues.
Oh,
You feel
there you go.
Charisma still,
throwback.
just that you can't
Throwback.
give that charisma up.
Rory, you trying to get in this?
Glory.
me?
That's on my list. That's on my list.
Okay.
And
That was on
what
my
about
list.
Remember the
Of
Titans?
course.
Oh, no,
let
wait.
me-
One at a time here.
Shoot.
One at a time.
I
All
was
right.
ahead of
You
myself.
find her.
My bad.
Excitement.
I thought we were
What they
done.
would do in the league? Collusion?
Yes.
Tampering?
I'm going to hit her with an email that says, this is to inform you that the league has fined you $2,500 that will be deducted
God.
from your check. All
We should
right.
get like Monopoly money or something.
The number 2. All right, we're going for round 2. My pick, Remember the Titans, baby.
That was my
Everywhere
number
we
2.
go,
That was
everywhere
good.
we go, people want to know. People want to know. Yes, sir. That's it. Where we going, Snook?
I'm going with the Mighty Quinn. That's back in 1989.
Yes, I like the Mighty Quinn.
The
That was one of my
Mighty
ones too.
Quinn.
The Mighty Quinn was
Listen,
one.
I don't know if I should
haven't
say this
seen
out
that
loud. I
one yet.
haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just,
neither.
I'm gonna just keep it 100, baby.
It was a good one.
He was young then. He was very young then.
He was young.
1989.
Ooh, he was young.
Oh my goodness, I did not
You
know
know,
this
she look
was.
like,
This
you know,
is
she
turning
look
into
like
a thirst
Denzel.
fest.
She said the Mighty Quinn. Boy, you the only person, you and Denzel, the only people seen that movie.
I've seen it about 15,
Of
20
course
times.
you saw it, Cole. You
15,
watched it with
20.
Cole, what's
They
your
got
number
Shirley
2?
Ralph in there.
What's
Oh,
your
yeah,
second round,
Ralph.
Cole?
Yeah, so my second round was he was a gangster, so I'll say American Gangster was my second one. You know,
Yeah.
Training Day, I
That's
was like
that
American
one.
Gangster. I like that one. That was mine.
Damn, That was my pick.
Wow. All right. So who's next? We're gonna keep the same order. Was it you, babe, next?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody liked this movie as much as I did, but I like John Q. I really liked that movie.
I liked it. It was too
Yeah.
sad for me.
It was sad.
It was sad, but it ended
one.
well. But my baby still ended up in jail, so that was kind of sad for me.
It was very sad, but I thought it was a good movie.
That's
It was.
That's a sleeper. That's a sleeper pick.
Okay.
Juju.
I'm going to go with Out of Time.
Oh, that's a
That's the
good
one with Eva
one.
Mendes. I like that one.
Yeah, salute to
That was
Eva
a good one.
Mendes. I see you, sis.
Oh my goodness, Juju. Roy, what you got?
Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dang, he got
Same
one.
Tom
I don't think we're gonna
Hanks.
hit
It was
and miss
very
on these.
good.
I just don't think it's a hit and miss on these. Actually,
The fact that we're still going.
Well,
It's crazy.
well, since Renee and them went to see Scream over the weekend or whatever, the horror movie, I liked him in The Bone Collector.
Is it your turn?
That's a good
That
one.
one
Wait
was
a
good.
minute. Wait a minute.
2,500.
We skipped Roy. Oh, no, we
This
didn't skip
email
Roy. He
is
said
to inform
Philadelphia.
you that the league has fined you $2,500. It will be deducted out of your check.
Yep.
Okay.
The West Virginia
I
Snooks.
think we're back at the top. Snook, what did you say? What was you saying?
The bone collector.
I would like my number 3
that
pick to be the bone collector, baby. Let's go.
Petty.
Let's go, baby. We're here.
Look, Snook, pick another one then.
Are you serious? You like the bone collector?
She's so used to. I like to play a little game and figure out who committed a crime.
Okay, she knows which one it is.
Okay, you want me to go now?
Yes, your turn, Snook.
Okay, well, why don't we try some fences since that's a little
Ooh,
Yes.
Viola Davis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, okay. Cole, what you got?
Okay, so I like the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Really?
I want that too.
I like that one.
That's-
That was
that's
mine.
a-
I like that one. It was
Wow.
a light. He was a crook. He was a crook
I'ma
in
tell
that
you
one too,
what,
but it ended
that-
up on his head. Fair.
That's your number 16 pick or something. That's like that. I don't know if
it's
that's a
not.
number 3.
Oh well,
That's
yeah,
a-
it is. It's pretty
that's a
down on the
16
list.
seed.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
gotta
down on the
be-
list because y'all done snatched up all the ones that I was going to say. So I had to go deep into. Look up, yes.
That's why Snook like the
Mighty
Mighty Queen. Look at her. She hot.
That's ain't nothing. Look, that's a
The way
good one.
Denzel looking at Snook. I
You guys looking at Denzel is more the question.
And his name is Denzel, by the way. It's not Denzel. It's Denzel.
know.
Oh,
Excuse me,
Denzel.
Denzel.
He liked my
You did not know.
variation. Denzel.
Yeah, his name is Denzel.
Listen, whatever he gonna take all the thirst. I'm just saying he done made a killing off of being Denzel. So
He's
Denzel,
been
I'm
married to his
sorry.
wife, 40 years, just about as long as I've been married to my husband. He ain't looking nowhere else.
And I love that, and we love that for him. Who you got,
Yes.
Okay, so I got.
babe? Wait, is it Juju or you?
It's
No,
her
it's-
turn.
It's her
okay.
turn.
Just making sure.
I got The Equalizer. They got a whole show made out of it. You know, Queen Latifah, you know.
I mean, there was a show before
Oh,
the
well,
movie,
that's-
before that show.
Thanks.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, show police.
I'm here to make sure
So
that.
some TV show history right there.
And then when the Equalizer, he hit you with a choke move like this. And barely move, and you just fall out.
You know what?
But you know what? Denzel always did a good job when he portrayed someone else because he
Snook,
always
I
made
know
it
you're
so
not about to
believable.
say another
I'm not going to
movie.
say anything. I'm just saying that a lot of his roles where he was playing someone, he was, reliving or revamping someone's life, and he always made them so believable.
That's
what I
true.
was going to say.
That's true.
Like,
Every role
there's
he
a lot of
plays,
movies.
I
that were-
believe every
I
single
believe he was
role.
Malcolm X. I mean, whenever he played something, he made it so believable.
That's
he
true,
did.
and that's
He
hard to
became
be a
that
Malcolm X when we know who Malcolm X is so much, and then you play a character, and now we associate you with Malcolm X. That is crazy. Juju, who you got?
I don't want to be the person who say something about Denzel, but
You better watch
he
it.
always plays a powerful man. I just say that. I ain't never
love
seen
it.
that. You feel me? And that's all
I
I'm
love
say.
it.
I'm gonna go with how Serena say he got a TV show out of that last Equalizer. The Inside Man. The Inside Man.
That was a
Oh,
good one.
that's
Spike
a
Lee.
good one.
Spike Lee.
Hell yeah,
That was a
Spike
good one.
Lee.
That was a
Okay.
good one.
Roy, you got the
getting
hardest
deep in the
spot.
vault
You
now.
got the hardest spot, but what you got?
Say hard Crimson Tide.
Oh, that was a good one. That was
hard.
a good one. Yes. Yes.
That's hard.
Well, I was just saying, I thought you had the hardest spot because you're the last one to choose in every round. But he's like, I does this. It's nothing. So we going into our final round of
He's
the
a
final.
journalist. He
He's
got
a real
notes.
I mean,
journalist.
listen, I picked one of the movies where he won an Oscar. You guys let that slide. And I had Philadelphia. I think it was nominated for that one. And
Yeah.
A lot of them. He's been just like everyone else of
Excuse
he's been nominated
me.
for a lot, but not received.
I'm going for the classics that you put in the mind.
I was going for the ones that I remember right away that I would watch right now on any
Right.
given day. I want to watch this movie. So our final four, the fourth round of our final four for Denzel's. I guess this is the Denzel discography at this point because I mean the man got movies. We going round for round, and each time somebody says something, it's a hit. I'm going with The Manchurian Candidate.
Yes.
I think
That was
that's
a good
just,
one.
you know what I'm saying? That's a good
That was a
movie.
good one.
That's a
I was-
good
like I said, there's not a bad one.
movie.
Not
All
a
right?
bad
There's
one.
no bad options at this point. It's a good movie. Snook look like she's, uh-oh.
So I'm going, since I've made the statement that he always portrays people and it's believable, I'm going with, and I think Paul should have chimed in with this one, The Hurricane.
I'm shocked you didn't go with The Preacher's Wife, my friend.
The only one who could
no.
ever reach me
Hey, that's my song, baby.
was the son of a preacher, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my
yeah.
song.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So I think my final one I think was really good was the Book of Eli. So
Ooh,
I
that's
take
a
the
good
Book of
choice.
Eli. That was a good
choice.
one. I
Look,
like to.
That was too futuristic for me.
Look, the
What
Book
do
of
you mean?
Eli.
They were saving a Bible. What are you talking
That
about?
was too futuristic.
The
Look,
whole movie was about saving the Bible.
the Book of Eli walk into a dusty ass saloon, get beside you, and choke your neck like this, and you fall out.
And he was blind. That's the other thing.
And he was blind. Yes, I loved it. I loved it. That was
All right, what you got, babe? What you got?
Okay, I don't know if I'm getting the title right, but is it the Magnificent Seven? The Magnificent.
Magnificent
Seven.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love westerns too.
I'm not
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
different because the Western app.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lord Jesus, have mercy on my soul.
We're a family show.
I'm gonna go Deja Vu. Just
Deja
because
Vu was
I
a
seen it
good
so
one.
many
That was
times.
one of the ones I was thinking about too. Yeah.
That's a good one too.
That was the one I was thinking about too.
Roy, what you making that noise for? What happened?
Flight.
Flight was good too.
Yeah.
Dang, Denzel got.
He was a drunk.
Denzel is a hit.
He looked good
maker.
drunk too. He looked good drunk too.
Straight out of the
did. He
Charisma
looked
never,
good
I said the
drunk.
charisma never leaves.
It didn't. He was drunk. He was
crazy.
infected with the devil. He was blind. He was riding a horse. He did about everything he wanted to do, and he looked good doing all of them.
Cheating on his wife, still looking good.
He
Oh
looked
my
good.
goodness. So listen, that's our final four of Denzel's, I guess, movies to mention because they're all just, when we talk
Yes.
about movie stars, Denzel Washington is the epitome of a movie star. Jamel Hill asked, was Tom Cruise the biggest movie star of our lifetime? It is Denzel Washington. And I know she
yes.
actually went on and changed it and said, I meant to say, who's the biggest movie star? And yes, it's my man, Denzel.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Best actor of all
Yeah.
time.
Tell Denzel to hit his back up.
Yeah, at him, because if he ever respond,
Okay, so I have a question.
I will be a classic meme forever. I will fall out the floor.
So I have a question. So who is following in Denzel's footsteps right now? Who would be? I know Denzel's still around. He's still Denzel, but who is his? I guess his predecessor. Who do you?
I'm
guys
not
think?
even answering this
There will
question.
never
Y'all
be
go ahead and do
another.
this. I ain't.
No.
Ooh,
Peace
might be
out.
another.
Peace out.
I'm thinking Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking.
what I was-
No,
That's
no,
goofy.
no.
Well,
I'm thinking just because the women go crazy over him, he's a huge star. He has that effect.
Michael B.
just
Jordan,
acting, though.
Michael B. Jordan in the Trey Songz lane, like
What?
they go crazy over him. But we talking about cool and charisma.
And we mean
am
music Trey
done.
songs because we know Trey Songz is a nightmare in real life. We don't fool with Trey Songz,
Exactly,
but music
we don't.
Trey Songz. Okay,
Right.
I mean that's a tough question because I would say was Will Smith following in Denzel's shoes? Would maybe be my guess.
He
I-
was until
that's a good
until
one,
he put his pip hands kept his pip hands
But does
strong
that
down.
still change
Yeah.
the movies that we can name that didn't?
No,
that Will
it does
Smith
not.
Did
It
good?
does
I'm
not
just
take
saying,
away.
My guess would be Will Smith.
I like
I
that
mean,
one.
I don't
I
know,
like
but
Will.
that's a lot to say about my man's Denzel. That
That's why I said I'm not even.
there will
into this
never be
conversation.
another.
There will
It's
never be.
basically-
So
I'm not
Juju
into
and
this
Cole said there will
conversation.
never be another.
And you
I
know who
agree, though.
Denzel followed in the footsteps of?
Sidney Poitier.
Sidney
Sidney
Poitier.
No.
And
yeah.
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams. I'm about to say Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. was
He a
crazy.
So
hard
there will
rock
never
back
be
in the
another
day.
Sidney Poitier. How do you say his name? Poitier?
Yes,
Poitier.
Poitier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there will never be another one of those great actors.
Never be
but
another Billy D. ever.
Billy D. and Sydney. I mean, they were.
I
the
mean, they
real
were.
deal.
They were, and that's
Yeah.
why I said the same thing about Denzel. It's like whatever we say is not going to be. Will Smith's going to be the one in
Denzel.
his time, probably for a younger generations, but after he slaps somebody, it'll be a while before we see him in another, I would say, iconic role.
I mean, the
for a
only
while.
other person I could think of that's making some noise, but it's not like, hear me out. It's Franklin from Snowfall, but I don't know his what's his name, babe?
Damson Idris.
Damson Idris. I see him having the potential because right now he's building like he's not like Denzel, who he went straight to the box office and hits after hits. But I feel like when Damson is finished with his career, we'll be able to go through and name a lot of bangers that we mess with that Damson was involved in. Like Snowfall right now, to me, I know everybody's comparing it to The Wire, and I'm not saying you should, but for the fact that he's on a show and he's the lead, that is a show like Snowfall, boom, that's a hit. I'm just saying Swarm is going to be a cult classic.
Swarm, that the devil is a liar.
Swarm is gonna be a cult classic, no
Swarm.
matter
Is that
what
whether
you
you
want to
like
say?
it or not.
No, that's the one with Chloe
Chloe
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah.
But we're
They're
talking
losing their
about
mind about.
Denzel Washington, the next one.
No, we're not talking about.
Damson being in Swarm is
No.
not fire for his career at all.
Okay, so and you mean because of the scene?
Because of the show, the scene, his accent, his like, everything is whack in that show. Like this storyline, every episode of that show gets whacker and whacker. And salute to everybody involved. I hope y'all get y'all money. But it's like, bro, if we gonna be real, we're gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. That show is whack to me. Like I couldn't follow.
And you saw
I
the
watched
whole
the
thing?
whole thing. The whole thing.
So we watched the whole thing too. It's called a psychological thriller.
It was weird. I'm not gonna lie.
So you have to remember what category it's in. It's called a
Bro, I
psychological.
watch all the white people TV shows, so I know I'm deep. I know what's supposed to be going on, but it's like, bro, come on now.
I mean, it was definitely like it was weird in a Donald Glover kind of way, like Atlanta kind of has a little bit
Oh,
of
that
the
explains
same
it. Okay.
element.
That's what I was. That's what I'm
Which
trying to
was
say.
goofy
That's a
too.
category.
That's what's
So-
goofy too, bro. When they went to England overseas, that was the goofiest season in the world.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
mean,
here's my
we
thing.
couldn't get through that season.
Here's why I have a
See?
problem with I have a problem with this comparison because Denzel did not do TV shows. So
Yes, he
Oh,
did.
He did.
Which one did he do?
Saint Elsewhere.
He did the Saint Elsewhere.
I'm sorry. He did do Saint Elsewhere. He did it Saint Elsewhere, which was like the standard. Let's break them in. Let's get into acting. I mean, that's like ER. That's like all the shows that we have now. But for it to be like we were talking about, like box office hits, unless this man start making hit after hit year after year for the next like 10, 15 years. It's going to take him more than just being on.
I mean, but that's what Renee is
That's
saying.
that's
like a
literally
young
the point I
prospect
was trying to
kinda,
make.
yeah.
I said right now I think that he is at point A. Like he just starting out. We're
Has a
hearing his
hit
name.
TV show.
Women are starting to thirst after him. I'm only saying that because I think that that's a factor in becoming a star. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but
yeah, no, you're right.
I
You're
think
right.
that
That
that's
shit
a
is a big
factor.
factor.
So I think that
got
he
the
already
juice.
has that
Yes.
thing checked. Women have already started doing that. And so,
Well,
yes.
I don't want anybody to think I was thirsting after Denzel now.
Okay,
Oh,
Snook was
we don't
not
think that at
thirsting
all.
after
You know,
Nobody
Denzel.
could have thought that.
Classy, Snook.
Classy, never trashy. All right, so
Right.
what I was saying, Cole, is that I think that he's just starting out. While I don't think he has any of those hits that Denzel has, I feel like he's going to get the opportunity to be on some stuff
Okay, the
because I
opportunity.
hear
Okay.
his name is just starting to be more and more. He's just starting to be in that category is what it feels like to me, but he's not nowhere there. I think he's just starting, but I want to see in 15, 20 years if we could go
Oh, he
through
absolutely-
and see
no,
if he
he
has a
absolutely
bunch
could,
of stuff
yeah.
that we think is dope. So that's all I like to that point. I don't know if there's another Denzel because everybody's so
not.
unique though. I just be
There's
saying
not.
like, I
I
don't
think
be
that's the
thinking there
closest
needs
person.
to be, yeah.
For
You
sure.
think you
That's
think
the closest person
Damson
for
over
sure.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, because
said what, who?
just because I consider Michael B. Jordan a child star to me because I watched The Wire when it was happening, so he's still wildest in my eyes. That stuff took off like Corey Feldman or like one of the child stars that's still doing it. Christian Bale, the Batman. He started off as a child actor in England doing
Renee likes him.
Empire of the Sun, Empire of the Sun, whenever the war film, and he still is fire. I think Michael B. Jordan like that. He gonna be a test of time. Always got everything it takes. But Damson, he coming in with the cool. You feel me? Strictly cool, and his roles that he playing more serious like Denzel. I think you're right about that, sis.
That's what I said. So we'll
He's
see.
coming in with the drip.
Oh, What about Daniel Kaluuya or Lakeith Stanfield?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Lakeith Stanfield?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He goofy.
Okay. Not Lakeith.
When you just say he gotta have the personality to match, like, nuh-uh.
I think
Denzel.
that
I mean, but listen to
Denzel's
how
wow
y'all
factor.
talked about Denzel. Yeah, because it's like
Right.
there's
Yes.
it's not just the movies, it's not just the roles. Like Cole literally said Denzel looks good on a horse. Denzel
He
looks
look-
good as a cheating husband.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you another one
He
that
looks good getting beat up.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you another one that's in that category that we're not saying that look good in anything that he's been. He's been an alien. He's been everywhere. That's Idris Elba. He another
dang.
one
Okay.
who could
Yeah.
be. He
He's
could do
suave,
whatever. He been
too.
riding horses. He been on. He been in that and on what do they call like Marvel movies.
The
He been
Wire.
everywhere. He's been
Save a
all-
horse, ride
He
a
been
cowboy.
everywhere. Also,
Hey.
Luther. He been fighting. He
No,
been
no,
beat
no,
up.
not
He was
Luther.
daddy's
Officer
father, daddy's
Luther.
little girls. He done it all, and he looked good
Yeah.
doing it all too. And he got that same drip, that same charisma. And when he talks his regular talk, that's it. He got it. He got
Not
it.
Luther.
See,
Luther looks like he's 65 years old in Luther.
No, I'm saying,
Nah, he
but
was
he's
still cool in Luther
he was
with
still
the coat.
cool
though.
in Luther though.
He
That's what I'm
didn't
saying.
pop
It-
his coat collar down. He
he
still be
didn't
cool.
even. He still was the man in Luther. He did look like he had aged. And he's supposed to. But guess what? He still looked
Age is
good.
Right,
great.
he
He
did on
would age.
purpose. He
fine
brushed his hair
wine.
backwards and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they
for
did.
That
They
role.
made him look kind of like shabby for a reason.
For
So,
real.
but I think Idris is another one who could. He was supposed to be the James Bond, but I heard he turned it down. So I mean,
Exactly.
just the fact
Yeah,
that
he was
No,
too
with
cool
this-
for that. Too
John
cool
Yeah,
for
they-
that.
they
No,
said
he should have did it. He should have did it.
yeah, he should have. So that fact that he could have been a Bond. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, that
now.
is iconic. I'm not gonna. I don't
James
care. Like
Bond.
that's an iconic franchise. And like, what was he gonna be the first Black Bond?
He would have been
Yeah.
the first Black Bond.
Yeah, that's.
Officer
I mean,
John Luther.
They gave it to
They
your
gave it to
girl
a female,
from,
a black
they
female.
gave it to your girl from The Woman King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The tall girl, right?
oh, for
Yeah.
real? Yeah.
yeah. She's the first Black Bond as a female.
Wow.
007 went to a black female, but
Not,
my point
not,
is
the Woman King herself, is it?
No.
No, not Viola
it's,
Davis.
the
Okay.
girl
Not
that's
Viola
second in
Davis.
command.
Viola
that's hard.
Davis,
That's hard.
my
Yeah,
woman
that's hard.
king.
Yeah,
All
but I'm
right,
saying
well,
is that he would have been the first. So I think that he's iconic because they didn't even think about Denzel in that, but the English part of him that made him a factor for it as well. So I think Idris is up there too.
all
I
right,
think
well,
so too.
Yes,
I
sir.
like
Well,
that.
listen, that all of that to say, that's our final four. Tap in. Cuzzo is about to talk to us about our own experiences in the Final Four. Louisville versus UConn. It was crazy. Whenever you're at the beginning of something, like the beginning of the Final Four, everybody has a clean slate. It doesn't matter what Florida Atlantic did during their season this year. It doesn't matter what UConn has done during their season this year. South Carolina. It just doesn't matter what you've done until this point. That's kind of what the whole tournament is about. It doesn't matter. Your seeding doesn't require you to get all the way to the Final Four. We know that because no number one seed has made it in the men's Final Four this year. So I just want to say, may the odds be ever in your favor. Take advantage of it if you're in it, because getting back to it is not as easy as it seems. It's the Final Four, baby. I'ma be there in Houston, turning up. Let's go. And as always, you guys know it's a generational thing here at MoCo.